In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this title animation effect, which I found really cool, and it's actually very simple to do. This is of course included in my bundle pack. This is number 53. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. Okay, so as a first step, you need to take from effects title text plus. Let's write something in it. Let's make it bolder and bigger, and let's jump into Fusion page. Let's close effects for the moment. If you don't see this navigation window, just tap V. Okay, so we got here media out, our template, which is the text. And as a first step, let's take a background and let's make it transparent. So in the inspector, set alpha to 0. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna disconnect this template from media out, and I will merge it over my transparent background like so. And I will connect it back to media out. Now what we need is fast noise node, so you can drag it from here. Let me preview it on the left, so just tap 1 or click this white dot. We need to further tune this fast noise. So I'm gonna increase contrast and I will scale it up like so. Then what I'm gonna need is mosaic blur, so open selection tool by tapping Shift Space and search for mosaic blur and add. That will add my mosaic blur right after fast noise. If it's not the case, just connect the output of fast noise and connect it to yellow triangle. And let me preview mosaic blur this time. This is how it looks. And once mosaic blur is selected, we're gonna need as well JPEG damage. Let me preview it on the left. So once you got JPEG damage, what I did was I set quality to max, frequency scale to max. And so it looks like a real mosaic made out of the glass. Now in the fast noise, we want this to be looking as moving parts, so we need to increase seed rate quite a lot, somewhere around here. We play it, this is how it looks. Okay, and now let me disconnect my template node, so hold shift and drag it away. And we're gonna use our text, let me preview on the right, we're gonna use our text as a mask for all these 3 nodes. So just connect the output of the template to blue triangles. Okay, so this is what we got so far. We can change the mosaic blur, we can increase it so there is more, so it looks like it's made out of, so it's composed with more pieces. And now we can merge our JPEG to our merge node like so, so that the final result looks like this. And now what you need to do is to make an instance copy of these 4 nodes. So just select them all, Ctrl C, but paste it with the Ctrl Shift V option. That will create an instance copy. In this template node, go to shading and change the appearance to border fill. But we need to decrease the extent vertical. So let's decrease that to -0.5. So it's not that big because we're gonna dissolve from this border fill to text fill later on. So we need to decrease the extent vertical so it looks more plausible. Then in our instance copy, if I preview my instance JPEG copy on the right, this is exactly the same because it's an instance copy. But in my instance template copy, go to shading and first what you need to do is to de-instance the appearance control. So right click, de-instance it, so that if we change that, we don't actually change our original copy. So in here, set it to text fill. Now we need to make an illusion that the text is transforming from this into this. So the easiest way to do it is by using dissolve node. So click the merge node, open selection tool again, search for dissolve and edit, and connect the instance JPEG with the green input. What the dissolve node is doing, it's transition between your yellow input and green input by just sliding this background foreground control. So if I preview my media out and I play with this slider, see what's happened. It starts from this effect from the left and it transitions into the effect from the right. But I will choose operation as erode, so it looks like so. It's more plausible if we play it because right now it's static, But if we play it, the fast noise is animating this effect. And let me show you that in real time. So this is how it will behave. Let me switch my playback to maybe half to have a smoother preview. Okay, so we need to animate background foreground, and for that we're gonna use keyframes. So from the beginning of the animation at frame 0, create a first keyframe, and let's say at frame 25 we're gonna set it to 1. So let me just preview my output. This is my final result. This is how it looks. Then we need also another instance copy of our text node. So let me take it from here, for instance, Control C, Control Shift V. So let me preview it on the left. And in the shading tab, I need to deinstance appearance again and switch it to text field so it looks normal. You can also make it gradient so it looks even better. And now we're gonna do the same with the dissolve node. So let me make a copy of my dissolve node and just connect it between my dissolve and media out. So you can hold shift and release it once you see the blue line. And as you see, it's connected, and connect your instance text copy to the green input. We got already background foreground animated because we've made a copy of the dissolve node, but we want this animation to be happening a bit later. So what you can do is open spline, click background foreground, and zoom to fit so you actually see these two keyframes. You can zoom it out a bit by holding Control and scrolling with the mouse. And what you can do is select both keyframes, hold Shift key and drag it a bit to the right to move these keyframes a bit farther. And right now the second dissolve will be happening later. See, this is how it looks so far. So the effect is almost ready. One last thing you can do, let me close spline, is to animate this text even more. So go to template, and in the inspector, right click on the text field and choose follower. That will enable your modifiers tab. Open it. In timing, set delay to 15, but switch it to between first and last character, and make sure you got it from left to right. And now if you go to shading tab and size, you can animate the size. So go to the frame number 0, set the size Y and X to 0. Make sure you create keyframes for these two controls. And then, I don't know, after 5 frames later, set it back to 1. So this is how it will behave. You can make the border fill even smaller. So let me go back to template, back to tools tab, and in the shading, extend vertical. As you see, we got the control set to minimum, but actually you can put it manually to, I don't know, -1. Yeah, sometimes it's possible to type other values that you can choose with the slider. Let me preview only my final effect so you're not confused. And this is how it looks. You can go even farther with that. We can add some soft glow right after our second dissolve. So select the second dissolve and open selection tool and search for soft glow. That one, and add. And we can increase the glow size and change the tint of it. Let's make it a bit bluish. And this is what we got as a final result. If you want to end this animation, you can add at the end of this whole composition another dissolve node. Click somewhere in the nodes tab and open selection tool again and search for time speed, add, connect the time speed like so, and make sure in the inspector you set speed to -1 so it's in reverse. And in the dissolve node you need to animate foreground, background with the anim curves modifiers. So right click, modify with anim curves, go to modifiers tab, and in the curve shape, select custom You need to shape this curve manually. So click somewhere on this line that will create a point, set into 0.5 and out to 0. So half of our animation will be played normally. Click somewhere on this line again, set into 0.5 and out to 1. And the other half of the animation will be played in reverse. And this is how it looks. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. Hopefully you've learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already. This very title animation is also included in my bundle pack, so check it out. There are 50 free animations already and it's constantly growing. Cheers and see you in the next one.